Hi, I'm Natalie from ATMS, and welcome to our Practitioner Spotlight today with Angela Sciberras. Hello, Angela.
Hi, and thank you for having me on today. It's a real privilege. Thank you.
Oh, very good to have you. Now, let's deep dive into what do you do? What is your modality and whereabouts do you practice?
Yeah. So I am in Penrith, the lower Blue Mountains in Western Sydney. I've been here for just shy, it's 19 years this year, 20 years next year. So I've been serving Western Sydney, but also I have clients that will drive from Mossman. So it doesn't really matter where you are. I think if people connect with their clinician or their practitioner, they'll drive wherever they need to go. So yes, I'm in the Penrith area in the lower Blue Mountains, and kinesiology is the love of my life, I would like to say, or the thing that I do with people. Yes.
Wow, almost 20 years. That's phenomenal. You must really have a passion for kinesiology and for helping people.
Yeah, I do have a passion for it. I enjoy it. It's the thing that lights me up every single day. Every time I go into clinic and come out of clinic, I've learned something else. My clients and their pathway and their journeys teach me something every single time I come into clinic. So it's incredible. And I love how complex biochemistry and the way that the human body functions is in relationship to our neurology and our nervous system, our brain, our belief systems, and all those types of things. How it all comes together to correlate to a person's health and wellness is just completely fascinating to me. It's amazing.
It's like a big mind map, isn't it?
It sure is.
And so what do you, I guess, as a kinesiologist, what do you love to see in practice?
The types of issues and symptoms, you mean?
Yeah, like the types of people that you love to treat, or to, maybe what's your main area of focus?
Yeah, right. So I have people call and say, do you work with this? Do you work with that? And the truth of the matter is I will work with anything that that people call and are having an issue with. So anything from the spectrum of people experiencing maybe depression or anxiety to things like skin issues or psoriasis, or very commonly gut issues. So you get a lot of people, particularly these days, I'm sure you would in practice as well, see a lot of issues with the gut imbalances, and also a lot of issues with anxiety and feeling that mental wellness or mental imbalance in some description. So I do love working with anything that someone comes in with, but I have a passion of helping people with maybe chronic issues, things that have stemmed back to possibly very stressful trauma. I have a real passion of helping people become free of things that are related to trauma or underneath the sort of the symptoms and the issues that can then spring from or be underneath what's happened in a trauma. So I do love helping to help people free themselves of the effects of trauma.
And that's so important, because they could have all these symptoms and you could help them, yes, improve those symptoms, but if you're not getting down to that original, maybe it was a traumatic, a huge stressful anxiety event, then they can keep coming back, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing that I love most about kinesiology and what we do with muscle testing, being able to test into the nervous system of the person, their nervous system's responses to things, and to really get underneath what's going on with some particular symptom. Like for a kinesiologist, we actually aren't able to work on a symptom necessarily. If someone comes in with some type of diagnosed issue, obviously we're not there to diagnose, treat, or anything like that. But certainly people will come in with their shopping list of things that they've got going on, things that they're dealing with, and we can make a note of that and then have a look at, well, what's possibly underneath that? What can we start digging, as you said, into to find what's connected? And it may be an experience that they've had, a trauma that they've had. Sometimes, something that I'm becoming more passionate about, there's a real connection to what we call transgenerational trauma. And that could be trauma that is experienced maybe by someone in our ancestral line that may never have been dealt with, and it continues to be passed down through the nervous system. So often you'll see, people see them, our great-grandmother had gut issues and grandmother had gut issues. Oh, yes, my mother has gut issues and I have gut issues. And so, people will tell you, oh, yeah, all those types of things go up. So I really like looking at the whole concept of where did something really start in the person's nervous system, and looking at resolving that. So resolving the issue so that the person can go on to thrive.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Now, before we go, can you let us know where we can find you on social media as well, and your clinic?
Yeah. Okay, so my clinic is on Barber Avenue in Penrith, not very far from the private hospital. And you can obviously reach me through Instagram. People know me as the kinesiologist with a Z. So if you go looking for me on Instagram, you can find me there, or on Facebook as the kinesiologist. You can also find me at my website, which is also the kinesiologist with a Z. So you can go check out the types of things that I do there. I have a few other things up my sleeve, including iridology and biochemical facial analysis, resolve beyond neurology, things like that I add into obviously what I do with kinesiology. So you can go check that out at my websites or find me on social media for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us today as well.
My deep pleasure. Thank you so much.